Hi everybody, it's Karen, DataChick. So I just did an interview for a third party, and one of the questions was really good, so I wanted to sort of go a little bit deeper here. People always ask me, like, what should we be doing to get ready for GDPR? And before that is, what do we need to do for the Canadian Privacy Act, or HIPAA, or COPPA, or any of the other privacy legislation, or even some really important compliance issues that come up? And my answer is all these compliance issues always have a component of a data inventory. Where is the data that's covered under this legislation or this policy? How many copies of it do you have? What is the life cycle of that data? How long do you take it? What is it called? Where are all the versions of it? How do you decide which one to use? This whole sort of data inventory of knowing where things are and how they interact, guess what? That's data management. That is the same classic data modeling challenges we've had since before I got started in IT. That means that in order to be ready for new compliance, to make it less painful, to take on less risk, to make it more of something that you're just ready to do, it means throughout the life cycle of your enterprise, the whole lifetime of it, you should have a detailed inventory of what data you're collecting, why you collected it, what were the terms of the collection, where was it collected, about whom was it collected, and how has it been transformed? Where is it stored? What countries, what data sovereignty? All of these questions about data are what we classically call metadata. Now, metadata has been around for a long time. Most people are familiar with the metadata about photos and videos, maybe a little bit metadata to think about a schema for a database, maybe some definitions. But all of these other properties of data are just as important for executing your normal business value. One of the stats I shared in quite a few of my recent interviews is one study showed that data scientists spend about 80% of their time sourcing, prepping, and cleansing data. That's 4 days a week that they spend getting ready to do their job on Friday. Think about that. What if your job was to write code, but you had to spend 4 out of every 5 days finding a desk to work at, finding a laptop computer, downloading and installing tools for every single time you sat down to write code? It just shouldn't be that way. We have no excuses. In our rush to develop software, we've often incurred a massive amount of data-related technical debt, something that we shouldn't have done, and we're paying the prices for it now. Now that the penalties for GDPR include both criminal charges as well as extreme penalties for each incident, I think we're going to start seeing companies invest more in understanding and following basic data management practices. But all is not lost. Many of you have data models, have data scanning, have repositories. The real question is going to be, did we do more than just scan the names of tables and columns and files and Excel spreadsheets? Do we know what's really in there? I'm looking forward to helping some of the teams I'm working with now to get a better grasp on where the data is that they've been now bestowed a duty of care. What I want to see happen is everyone in the IT cycle and on teams to embrace the fact that we need to manage the data separately from compute, which means separately from code, separately from BI sources. They're all interrelated and we have to keep track of that, but we also have to realize we need to manage data just as much as we need to manage code. Thank you so much.